Hey everybody, it's James Watson with Positive Flow, and I just want to shoot another video for you. Today is day 7 of 15, and I have been going hard for the last couple days. Not sure everything that's happening with the COVID-19 in our area. I just got voted onto the committee for the National Kitchen and Bath Association Central Florida chapter, which is pretty big. That happened today. Had a great group meeting with a mastermind that I meet with every Thursday. Got some deals in the pipeline here. So, I'm hustling, and at the same time, I've been meeting with some people about putting together a program that I think is going to be absolutely amazing. And it's going to help a lot of people out that are looking to supplement their income. A lot of value, really good program. And there's going to be some free versions of it as well. So our goal is just to help as many people as we can, and that's what Positive Flow is about. It's mainly about the mindset. But I want to shoot this video because I've got some more stuff to do, and I'm going to celebrate with my grandmother because it's her birthday. So happy birthday, Grandma, and everybody shoot some happy birthdays down here if you would. But I was just reading real quick out of Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill, one of my absolute favorite books of all time. When I read a book, so I don't go front to back. I just pick sometimes I do, I usually don't. I usually just look for the chapter that interests me the most for whatever I'm doing at that time in my life, right? And I just kind of come back to the books as I go. So with that being said, I've probably read this book a couple hundred times. And one of my favorites is on auto suggestion, and I think it's just fitting right now because again, the whole purpose here of Positive Flow is to help push out a positive vibe, help you with mindset training, help you with the way that you think, right? The way that you think is what's going to play out in your life. So if you're constantly focusing on negative things, which is super easy to do right now because it's reality, right? Whole cities are shutting down. Basically, the country is shutting down. So very easy to focus on that. But when we see the news all day, we see people talking about it all day, and you have to stay. You have to stay in tune to what's happening, obviously, right? You don't want to stick your head in the sand. There's reality. You got to stay attuned to it. But if that's the only thing that you're focused on all day long, and then you've got all this like fake media, fake news, as some people would call it, but you just and then there's real stuff, right? But if all that you're seeing all day long is negative information, is going to have an impact on your emotions. The way that you feel is going to stress you out, which can then have an effect on your health, right? So in this book, it's called Auto Suggestion. If you haven't, and I'm going to start doing some book reviews where I just go through the books and just kind of give you the highlights, because not everybody has the time to sit there and read, nor do they want to. And you can also get audible.com and just listen to it. But Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill, he has a section in here that I love. It's called auto suggestion. And this is important, right? No thought, whether it's negative or positive, can enter the subconscious mind, because in case you don't know, you have your conscious mind, right? And then you have your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is kind of, if you picture the iceberg, you see the tip of the iceberg, and then boom, underneath it, you've got all this ice, right? That's your subconscious mind. That's your programming. That's what those are. What Secret of the Millionaire Mind would say, your wealth files, or like Rich Dad Poor Dad says he was raised by a poor dad and then he was raised by a rich dad at the same time. His best friend's dad was really rich in business. His dad was a professor. So there's certain thoughts or choices in programming that his poor dad gave him. Not that it was bad, it's just what he believed and was raised to believe. And then there's other lessons that his rich dad gave him, right? So these become, like, if you picture it, these become kind of like files in the back of your head. These are your wealth files. These are your health files, right? These are the ways that you make decisions. And when you come up to an opportunity, or if you come up to a problem, you can only draw off of the experiences or the lessons that you've had, or that you've seen, or that you've modeled, right? So I hope everybody's with me on that. So you have what auto suggestion is basically, it says no thought, whether it's negative or positive, can enter the subconscious mind. That's the larger part that's just kind of running on on autopilot behind us, without the aid of the principle of auto suggestion, with the exception of thoughts picked up from the ether. That's a whole different conversation, right? Autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed the subconscious mind thoughts of creative nature, or by neglect, here's important, or by neglect, permit thoughts of destructive nature to find their way into the rich garden of the mind, right? So you can either program your mind to think thoughts of abundance, health, wealth, opportunity, or by neglect, meaning if you don't program it, if you're not listening to audiobooks, if you're not reading, if you're not listening to positive podcasts, if you're not listening to affirmations, in things like that, if you're not writing over that list, remember I told you make a list of things that you're grateful for. If you're not doing those types of things and programming your mind for abundance and gratitude, by neglect, you will permit thoughts of a destructive nature to find their way into the rich garden of your mind. So right now, everywhere you go, tabloids, news, the television, pop-ups, social media, the groups that you attend, everybody is COVID-19, rightfully so, right? Because it's a pandemic that's going, I don't know if I said that right, but you know what I'm saying? It's worldwide, right? But that's what everybody's focusing on. So if you don't offset that with positive things and continue to focus on how you can benefit or maximize your situation for the better good, how you can help others, then you're by default, you're going to go into a negative state, right? And I realize this, like some people they're not working right now, right? And they have mouths to feed and they have bills. That's the reality. So it's very easy to get stressed out in that type of a situation, right? And I know, right, personally, my business is being affected because I have manufacturers shutting down and I can't get product and I can't do transactions. I have people saying, "Hey, here's my card. I want to give you money," and I can't process it, right? So my business is also directly being affected. My income's directly being affected, so I get it, right? But you still have to seek out and focus on the positive, right? Whatever you focus on expands. So if you have this book, read it. I would definitely revisit that chapter. I found it very helpful right now. It's autosuggestion. And I want to give a shout out to, again, Michelle, Sean, Leslie, Joey, everyone that's putting out Dr. J, everyone that's putting out positive information, positive vibes. Big shout out to you. It's just awesome what you're doing, and in all of these different communities that are doing it as well. Adam, I see what you're doing as well. So big shout out to you, man. Just keep pushing out that positive and focusing on being constructive. And then if any of you that are watching this video would like to, I'm not sure when we're going to come out with this, right? But I'm eagerly working on this. I got my business in the daytime and I'm working on it in the morning. I'm working at night and I'm trying to work on it as much as possible. And I want it to be absolutely perfect because I want to help as many people as I possibly can. Any of you that are interested in finding out more about that, let me know. But either way, keep your head up, focus on the positive, and use auto suggestion, right? Program your own mind. Don't just let all this negative information coming in from the news come into your mind, because it's going to stress you out. It's going to stress your body. It's going to stress your health. And that's when we become more, susceptible. What, I can't say the word right now. That's when it's more likely that we will catch a virus and that it will have, a more serious impact on us, is when we're stressed out, because it weakens our immune system. Okay, so be positive, guys. Keep your head up. See you on the next video, and keep tagging me on those videos because you're giving me fuel, man. You're keeping me going. I appreciate it. Much love, and see you on the next one. Bye.